Okay, so this video is a look at my Sinister Six. The Sinister Six are a group of Spider-Man villains put together by Dr. Octopus to defeat Spider-Man once and for all. The original lineup consisted of himself, Dr. Octopus, Vulture, Sandman, Mysterio, Electro, and Kraven the Hunter. But if you name any Spidey villain, they would have been a member of the Sinister Six at some point. This is just my fantasy lineup, mostly to show off some really good figures. So straight away I'd have Spider-Man's arch-enemy Green Goblin in the group. It only makes sense he'd be in it. This is by far the best Green Goblin figure I've got, as it looks just like the Goblin I knew back when I read comics. Next I'd have Hobgoblin. Even though I think Green Goblin is an excellent villain, I've always preferred Hobgoblin for some reason. I just like his origin story of an on-the-run criminal who stumbles across the Green Goblin's lair and steals all the devices he finds there to become a supervillain. I also like his paint scheme of orange and blue over the green and purple of the Goblin. The character just works for me. This is my other Hobgoblin figure, which I'm not as fond of, as it looks too much like Demo Goblin, as it's just a repaint of it. Next, I'd include the Lizard, for no other reason than I really like the character, as I've said on a previous video. This is my best figure of him. Next is Sandman, who was in the original Sinister Six. I've always liked him too, so he can stay. This figure came with removable hands, so you can put on 2 of the 4 weapon shapes it comes with. These being the other 2. Another character from the original team is Mysterio. He was never my favourite villain, but I just really like this figure. You push a button on his back to switch between his 3 faces: human, alien, and monster. It has the same gimmick as Many Faces from He-Man. And the last member of my Sinister Six is Hydro Man. Back when I read comics, Hydro Man's costume consisted of a black t-shirt and blue jeans, so they either gave him a new costume in the newer comics or just for this figure. This figure has a gimmick almost as good as the Mysterio one. You pull him apart at the waist and put his torso on the water base it comes with. You then fill the base with water and pump it so water shoots out of the tiny holes in his fists, which is totally in keeping with the character. Okay, so that was a look at my Sinister Six. Who would be in yours? Let me know in the comments, and hopefully you'll join me on another video sometime.